All right, let's talk about the 5 scalping secrets that will allow you to grow a small trading account in just 30 days. All right. A lot of people think that's not realistic, but it really is. Now, if you're a beginner trader, I would definitely watch this video. If you're new, even if you're more of an experienced or pro trader, look, just spend some time listening to what I have to say, and I'm sure it could probably help you grow your accounts too. Maybe you have multiple accounts that you are trying to grow. Maybe you pass some prop firm evaluations, and maybe you have 5 accounts, 2 accounts, and you want to grow those accounts so you can get your payouts. Or maybe you have your own personal trading account and you started off with a small amount of money. Okay, so take these 5 scalping secrets and incorporate them into your own trading. Okay, I'm not going to guarantee any promises because everyone's level of success is measured by what the amount of work and detail they put into their own personal trading. First and foremost, I always talk about one thing that is the most highest and important thing when it comes to trading. Okay, the most important part of trading and concept is market structure. I'm going to say that regardless of the video, okay, because the fact is it is the secret ingredient to the full-on recipe that you need to grow your small trading account. But these 5 scalping secrets are going to put you in the right direction because there are things that people are doing, okay, whether it's, making mistakes or just not trading the right zones, okay? I trade supply and demand. That is the cornerstone to how I trade each and every day. I have tons of videos here on the channel to where I go into great depth about how I personally trade it. All right, using a simple strategy that is not complex. We have successful traders that are part of our Discord community. If you want to join, find the link down in the description portion of the video. It is free of charge to join. We have successful people or traders that are making money and becoming profitable by simply watching the videos, educating themselves. That means they're taking time on pen and paper to take notes and looking at each and every video, all right? Breaking things down because I go into detail about the trade strategy. Now, I'm not going to go and talk about the full-on strategy today because I want to give you some tips, some advice by simply using these 5 scalping secrets, how you can turn your trading around and watch your accounts grow. Number 1, you have got to stop making mistakes, all right? So many people I see on a daily basis, they are doing a number of different things that are doing what? That are hurting their trading, all right? They're blowing their accounts because they are making huge mistakes in the markets. Number 1 thing they're doing, I see a lot of people do, is revenge trading. Now, why are you doing this? Okay? People who are beginner traders and have small amounts of money to start off with, and I'm not saying you can't take a small amount of money and watch it grow because it is extremely possible. But revenge trading is a no-no. We have all done it. I don't care how great of a trader that you actually are. Guys, I have charts that are loaded to my screen. So if you're looking at my screen, I just opened up NinjaTrader. So anyways, getting back into the video, people get frustrated when they take a trade, all right? And they lose, and maybe they're taking a large drawdown. What happens is they want to quickly get back into a trade and make the money back real fast because first and foremost, they don't feel comfortable in losing money. And when we are trading, we're tied to that money that we're trading to, right? But you got to separate yourself when it comes to the money, all right, and the psychological piece and performing and becoming a great trader. You have to work at certain steps to get to where you can become comfortable in your own skin and being a day trader. That is one, okay, part of the scalping secrets that I'm going to talk about more into. Number 2, so stop doing that. Revenge trading, stop doing that because it is going to show time and time again. Each time that you get into a trade and lose, you're going to do it again. Trust me, I've been there. I know what it's like because we want to win. And we feel like we should always be winning when we're in this business of trying to trade. Now, I must tell you to stop right now if you're someone that does not have a spent time and have the skill to really start trading. Do not step into anything in life if you have not prepared yourself. Again, do not start attempting to take on any responsibility or jumping into a job, whatever it may be. Learn what you need to know before you start tackling that task. All right, get the skill set up. The second part of where I see lots of people make mistakes at is they force trades. They are simply trying to take everything that looks possibly appetizing to them as a setup. we see the market moving, right? We see structure, we see price action, we see how it's moving up and down. The market's making higher highs and higher lows, and every single pullback that it makes, we want to take that trade. You have to be able to understand not every trade setup is going to work. Okay? Not every supply or demand zone is going to work. There's certain things that you must see unfold and happen prior to you taking that trade. And that's paying close attention to structure of the market and price action when the market gets back to that zone. And you're looking for a series or steps of things to unfold back at that zone before you jump into that trade. That's part of my strategy I talk about. People always ask me, confirmation, confluence, what are you looking for before you actually take a trade? You have to be, slow yourself down and full on look for the rejection. Stop forcing trades. There's what's called high probability setups and low probability setups. And I try my best to take those high probability setups. But when I'm into a trade and it is a good setup, I feel, guess what? I have already sized up the area to know exactly where I need to get out. And I'll talk about that again on many, many videos here on this channel, and taking part into the strategy that I trade each and every day. Because people ask me that too. How do you know when to get out? Well, you have to know, regardless of the strategy you trade, you need to know before you get into that trade, where is a good stopping area that I need to get out, or my pain area where I need to cut my trade, to cut my losses so it doesn't dig deep into my account. All right. So stop forcing trades that don't make any sense. Take the ones that are high probability setups that look great. Third thing about that I see people making huge mistakes at is they're trading too large of lot sizes straight out the gate. If you are a beginner trader, someone new, why are you taking and putting on positions of 5 and 10 lots? All right. So you drop $5,000 in your account. Why do you want to go trade 5 and 10 lots? You do not know enough about trading. Simply at that point, okay, maybe your skill level is starting to grow. You're getting better at doing things. You're getting better at reading the market. You're getting better at looking for high probability setups. But if you're just starting off, prove to yourself. That's the thing about anything we do in life. We have to perfect the craft before we can start proving to ourselves, that we are great at what we do. That comes with time. Like fine wine, it ages in time, right? And it tastes better in time. The same thing when it comes to us and the things that we love to do in life and that we want to try to do, that we're passionate about. And if you're passionate about trading, prove to yourself that you can become consistent and be patient enough, and in time you can increase your lot sizes. Don't jump into it because you don't want to blow your account up in one trade or 2 trades, and then next week you have no funds to trade with. All right, let's move on to the number 2 scalping secret that I want to talk to you about. Number 2, trading the right zones and levels. Again, we see setups, okay? We see them happen all over the charts. Regardless of the time frame, whether it's a higher base chart or lower base chart, we see them unfolding. You have to know you can't trade each and every zone. When I talk about zones or levels, some of you may not trade supply and demand. Some of you may trade support and resistance levels. Some of you may trade round number, half number levels. Some of you may trade off of whatever indicator you may use in like the VWAP, and it gets down to that area and it's at a specific maybe support area, resistance area, whatever it may be. You're looking for certain levels to trade from. So whether it's a zone or level, you have to look for the high probability setups. Now, the strategy and how I trade is I look for high probability setups because I want to first and foremost trade what makes sense to me. So part of the strategy is I have to see a gap back at the zone. All right. Basically, when the market is pushed away and moved away from a zone, creating say for instance, a demand zone, I want to see where there's a imbalance or gap resting back at the zone, meaning the market pushed away from that area quick enough, and more than likely what happens is the institutions can't fill their orders quick enough, so they're going to look to come back to that zone to fill in the imbalances. The market has its checks and balances, and it has to correct itself at where it's making big movements, or when it makes big movements. It has to come back and fill imbalances in. For example, right here, you see that this was a big push up right here. This is aggressive buying right here. That's demand. The market has to come back and correct itself. And as you can see, the market gapped away from this area. There's an imbalance resting right here, or a gap resting right here. So naturally, when the market gets back there, I would be looking for some means of rejection. And I just don't take it off my higher base chart. There's a step-by-step series of things I'll look to see unfold before I get into a trade. So trading the right zone is imperative when it comes to supply and demand style trading. So that's the second scalping secret that I'm talking to you about today. Just another example. This right here is a demand area. Why? Ask yourself why is that demand? Aggressive area buying right here. So when the market gets back there, what do we expect or look to happen? We look for some means of rejection. But I give you the secret sauce. I give you the ingredients that you need here on this channel if you spend time doing your homework, watching the videos. I'm not going to do any hand holding. The material is there on the channel is there for educational purposes for you to basically feel your way through, watch the video, take notes, and see if it's going to work for you. Okay. Number 3, scalping secret that I want to tell you about and how you can grow a small account in 30 days. Now, all these things, if you follow them, you should be able to incorporate them into your trading plan. You should be able to start to see your small trading account grow over a period of time daily. Number 3, limit the number of trades that you actually take. This is a big problem that a lot of traders actually, I see them making over and over and over again. All right. They are wanting to take 10, 20 trades a day. Does that make sense to do that? Now, when we're scalping, we're looking to take a few trade setups a day. But if you're sitting there getting in, getting out, getting in, getting out, getting in, all you're doing is causing yourself to spend out or expense out more money in what? Commission fees. All right, that's the goal. We want to limit the amount of money that we're paying out of our pocket and increase the profits. So we want to make more money, okay, and reduce the amount of money that we're actually spending out of our own pocket. So if you take just a minimum of 2-3 trades a day, all right, and then round term, for instance, let's say the example, I'm just hypothetically speaking, when I say this, on average, it's $5 round term per trade, per contract too, okay? So let's say you get in with a lot size of 2, all right? So you're going to spend out, about $10 on that trade. Just an example, okay? It's probably cheaper than that depending on the broker that you use, all right? And depending on the market that you're actually trading. So limit the number of trades that you're actually taking, and you're going to save money that way. Trust me when I say that. And the way to prepare yourself in doing so is always before you start going live on any account or multiple accounts or whatever it is, trade and demo or simulation, back test the crap out of that strategy, all right, to be able to prove to yourself that you have a decent win rate in using that strategy, okay? And when you do that, you'll start to see that, I don't need to take 10 and 20 trades. I can just focus on maybe 2, 3, whatever you put into your trading plan, but I would definitely make it a small amount of trades I'm taking a day. Like me, the last couple of days, I took like 1 and done. I posted them over there on our Discord community because that's basically all you need is one good setup a day. And the way you go about doing that is looking at a higher base chart, looking as things are unfolding when it comes to structure the market and following price action. I size up the market before I get into my trade. That meaning that where can I take that trade back up to? So I'm looking for off of higher base charts, good areas that are going to provide me an opportunity to stay in the market longer and capitalize just on one trade. I think the other day, was it yesterday or so, I picked up, I don't know. I know one trade was either Thursday or Friday. I picked up 230 ticks on one trade. And you can do that. And I was just trading with 2 contracts. So that's because I size up the market using my higher base chart, looking for a good quality level or zone to trade from. And then I scaled down to my lower time frame chart, looking for the setup to maybe allow me to get into the trade. Now, in talking about limiting the number of trades, you always want to focus on quality versus quantity. It is not about the number of trades you take, even though so many people think that it is. I need to take a certain amount of trades a day to be able to profit. You don't, okay? The more trades that you take, I'm going to tell you this, the highly likely that it is that you're actually going to give back what you actually made in profits. And I'm sure a lot of you probably sitting here saying that is so true. I find myself, the more trades I take, I may be up $500-$600, and by the end of the day, I'm down. I'm back to zero, or I'm barely scraping, the plate and taking home $100. Take what you get, guys. If you focus on good quality setups versus quantity, good quality setups, you're going to find yourself taking better trades and limiting the number of trades you take, and you're going to watch your profits grow over time. Be comfortable with what you make and allow that account to grow daily. Number 4, size up the trade. I kind of already talked about that. You want to make sure before you get into an actual trade, is it a high probability setup, number 1? Okay, then you want to see how much room if I was to take this trade and using the chart confluence or multi-chart confluence, meaning moving down from a higher base chart where we marked our level at or zone at, moving down to a lower time frame chart, how much time or how much area of space do I have to trade from the moment I get into that trade? Is it just for, a 10 tick scalp? All right. Or is it for, a 10-point scalp or a 20-point scalp? You have to be able to see. You probably also want to have in your trading plan, what you make up. Have a rule for yourself. Maybe say that I don't want to take a trade unless it's going to provide me with at least 10 ticks at a time. I don't know, or 10 points at a time. Whatever you want to, whatever your plan is going to make up for each trade. Maybe you say I want to look for 20 ticks at a time. I want to look for 10 ticks at a time. Whatever it is that you want to look for, depending on the market you actually trade, I'd probably put some rule in place for yourself. Each time I get into a trade, say for instance, on the NASDAQ, I'm looking between 8 and 10 points, typically 10 points at a minimum. I try to at least get that. I try to. All right. Sometimes my scalps could be a lot smaller because I may not be marking my zones off of a 60 range chart. I may move down to a slightly lower time frame, maybe a lower base chart, a 24. So each time that I scale down and mark my zones off of a lower base chart, and then I'm looking to use a lower base chart because I'm using multi-chart confluence, say my 12. So if I mark my zone instead of on the 60, but move down to a 24 and use my 12 to get in, for example, as my entry chart, then my trading area is going to be smaller as far as the profit area, which I can take, make my money out of or from. Okay. So that has to just think about that. So the higher base charts are going to provide better opportunities or trading ranges from which you can actually profit from. All right. That makes sense to you. So size up the trade, and that's going to help determine, the amount of money or profit or target area you should be targeting. So that's why I use a higher base chart and mark my zones that way. They tend to work out better that way. Okay, I'm able to stay into a trade that way longer. And the trades I've taken over the last few days have worked out that way. I mark my zones off of a higher base chart, moving down and scaling down to my lower base chart, using that and looking for rejection on my lower base 12 range chart. I look for the rejection to get in, but I'm taking my trades back based on what the higher base zone or based on what the higher base chart is showing me where I need to take that trade to. Okay, so that's basically I'm using my higher base or higher time frame chart to gauge and tell me where I need to be taking a trade to. Simple as that. And the fifth thing that I want to talk to you about, the number 5 scalping secret that I want to provide you is this right here. Once you perfect it, once you prove to yourself that you can become a consistent trader and you're seeing your account grow, whether it's $100 a day or $200 a day, whatever the amount is, you have proven to yourself each and every day that you're in the green. Because I always have that quote unquote motto to where I say, be green every day and never in the red. All right, you can do it. Trust me. That doesn't mean you're not going to have a losing trade. The thing about losses is minimizing the loss and getting out of them quick enough to preserve the capital so you can trade the next day and the next week. Number 5. Increase your lot size over time. Again, that comes with proving to yourself and being consistent that you can do it, that you have the skill set, that you have educated yourself enough and learned how to trade the correct way, that you know the correct zones. You are marking high probability setups. You're not forcing trades. You're not doing the revenge trading. Then you can slowly, once you build a level of consistency up, let's say you're trading 1 contract, now you want to trade 2 contracts, okay? And then each time you reach a certain threshold, whatever that may be, meaning once your account size has gotten up to maybe, let's say you put $5,000 into your account. Once it got up to $10,000, you maybe want to start trading with another contract, $15,000, another contract. So you're basically leveraging up and leveraging a certain amount of contracts into the market or money into the market. But first, as you see your account size grow, you can say, I can afford that extra contract to trade. So, but that comes with the territory of being comfortable with experience, having the right skill set. And then once you do that and your account is growing, then you can start stepping things up. I hope all these things kind of make sense to you because they are ingredients that will allow you to watch a small account size grow over time, or multiple accounts. So these are the 5 scalping secrets that I'm leaving with today. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying. Hopefully they make sense, and hopefully you incorporate them into your own trading and you stop making some of the same mistakes that so many beginner traders are taking. That's all I have for you today in this video, guys. If you're interested again in joining the Discord, scroll down to in the bottom area in the description. You'll see the link there. If you're interested in becoming an elite member, supporter, or channel supporter, you can click on that link right below the Discord, and you'll see 2 tiers pop up, and they go into detail about what you receive out of each tier. Out of each tier. Also, if you're not a current subscriber here on the channel, please take the time to go ahead, subscribe today. Click on that sub button. All right. Also, to make sure you turn on all your post notifications so you never miss one of the uploads here on the channel. And last but not least, if you found value in the conversation, in the topic, and just the content I've created for you and share with you today, please drop a like on the video. I'll see everyone, okay, everyone in the next video. And if I do not drop a video tomorrow, I probably won't. Tomorrow's Super Bowl Sunday. I will be watching the game, but you never know. I may drop a video as well, because I may get a little bit anxious and excited before the game to do so. But if not, I'll see you into the next trading week for all those that are part of the Discord community. Take care.